What up, y'all? It's DJ Envy.
And I am Gia Casey.
And this is another edition of the KC Crew.
Welcome.
That's right. Welcome, guys.
Hello,
We're back.
hello, beautiful people.
Yes. Now, before we get started, I want to say shout and thank you to everybody that purchased their ticket and got their flight and everything, their room for the KC Crew retreat.
Yes, KC Crew Island Oasis.
Yes, it's going to be a lot of fun. If you haven't got your tickets yet, you want to explain a little bit of what it is?
Well, we are going to the Jewel Grand Hotel in the beautiful Montego Bay, Jamaica.
Right.
And we are planning nothing but fun and festivities for us and you guys to join. We're going to be doing our live podcast. Rashawn is going to be bringing people down and they're going to be doing a real estate seminar.
Correct.
There's going to be island fun, culture, entertainment, and nonstop everything.
That's right. And that's from April 30th to May 3rd. Now, we're also going to do something special. So we need you guys to follow us and keep your eye open because we're going to pay for two people. My mic went off. Let me put my cover back on. Did my son say use his cover that he bought? We're going to pay for two people and we're going to take care of everything. We're going to take care of your flights. We're going to take care of your room, your board. And you just get to chill. You'll be VIP. You'll get priority seating at events. It's going to be dope. So if you haven't got your tickets, get your tickets now. It's going to be a lot of fun. It's not going to be like thousands of rooms. This is going to be very small. I think it's like 120 rooms, I believe.
I think 130 something rooms.
It's about 300 people. And I believe 75 rooms are already gone. So not too many rooms
more
available.
than that already gone.
More than that.
Yeah. More than that already gone. So if you guys are interested, book now. We know that it's not for a few months, but like when we did the KC Crew podcast at Tao,
right,
it sold out immediately.
Correct.
And, as we got closer, people, were DMing and inboxing like, can you squeeze two more people? Can you squeeze one more person? Can you squeeze three more people? We won't be able to squeeze because
Correct.
These are rooms and we're dealing with a hotel and we have a certain buyout.
Right.
So there won't be any squeezing. So as soon as you're able to book, we would love to have you. We'd love to, talk to you guys and touch you guys and, legitimately hang out with you guys. There's going to be tons of events. And like Rashawn said, we we wouldn't do a flyaway without giving away some free tickets.
That's right. So make
sure
you
us,
follow us.
That's right. The case. So follow us if you don't already. If you do, just watch our Instagram. We're going to be posting details soon and maybe it can be you and a guest.
That's right. So definitely, if you want more information, the kccrewretreat.com, and there's plans on there so you don't have to pay the full thing out right away. You can do a little at a time.
Some type of payment plan.
Yeah, $100 here, $200 here. So that way it's not just a big nut and we can have a great time. All right. And also, if you want to email us, if you have questions or you need advice or if you just got a comment, thekccrew@gmail.com. That's THEE. kccrew@gmail.com.
And can I say something? Mm-hmm. If you guys have sent an email in the past and it wasn't read, which means there's thousands of you who have sent emails that haven't been read, resend it.
Right.
Resend it. We have a new assistant who is the one that's going to be going through the emails. We go through our DMs, but she's going to be going through the emails and picking the most interesting ones or the ones that we feel that the greatest amount of people would be able to benefit from. So shout out to Mercedes, aka at Bootcamp Benz. She took on this new position and she's excited and we're super excited to have her.
Yeah, shout to Ben. She is the new assistant and so far she's been motivated. She's been running
arse.
Yeah, she's doing her thing. So shout to her and shout to Sage, which was our previous assistant.
Right.
I just needed more. And I needed somebody in Jersey. Sage lives in Long Island. She couldn't get out to Jersey every day. I needed somebody in the office every day with me doing so much with real estate, with me doing all the car shows. We're doing a couple of car shows this year, not just one. I needed a day-to-day person every day. So Sage will still be on doing special events, but Mercedes, I call her Benz, is now the day-to-day.
Yes.
All right. So let's get the podcast started. You know what I wanted to talk about? We talked about this a little bit and then we stopped talking because I wanted to talk about it on the podcast.
Wait, we started talking about it personally?
Yep.
Okay.
Can sex be taught?
Oh, okay. We sure were having that conversation the other day.
Right. And the reason this conversation came up, we were talking about relationships and, you know, I don't even
Wait,
know.
what? Why did it come up?
I don't know if we were watching something on television and we were talking about,
remember.
if you have a relationship and maybe everything is right, a good person, the person has a good credit score, has a good job, everything is right.
You started with a good credit score. Everything is right. Person has a good credit score. We know where your mind is at.
Credit is important.
I mean, it is important.
Credit is important. Yeah. But they have a good job and everything's working out, nice, treat you well. But the sex is not well. And I know.
The sex is not well?
The sex is not good. I just came to me. I remember while we were talking about it, I was talking about sex in a relationship and how important is it. I don't know what it was for, but we were talking about sex in a relationship and I said, sex is not as important. And you was like, well, what do you mean? I disagree. I think sex is very important. And I said, sex can be taught. And you said, what do you mean? I said, let's talk about it on a podcast. So now let's talk about sex and how important it is in a relationship. I said sex is not as important in a relationship.
Mm-hmm.
Meaning, I think we even spoke about possibly not having sex before you got married. And he was like, no, I would want to know. And the reason I said that about...
Wait, with us?
No, not about us. We had sex before we got married.
Like, that conversation never happened.
No, we had sex before we got married. But I was saying, sex is not as important in a relationship to me.
Mm-hmm.
Not us, but to me, if I was dating somebody and you ask why. So let me break it down the reason I say that. The reason I say sex is not important in a new relationship is because as important is because it can always be taught. Meaning, I can teach you.
Okay, wait, let me just stop you. You don't mean having sex versus not having sex. You mean the quality of
sex, right?
Isn't as important.
Right. If sex is good, I should say. Right?
Because I think you mean the quality of sex.
The quality of sex,
is
right.
not as important.
Right, because sex could be taught. Right? So if you're bad in bed, it's not bad because it can be taught. Now, if you got
Okay, wait, before you
why are you laughing?
Nothing. Before you go any further, define bad in bed.
Like when you have sex, is like, this is really not doing anything to me. I'm not feeling you. I don't reach orgasm. I'm not coming. This is whack. Oh my gosh, I'm bored. I'm not wet. I'm not hard. Oh my gosh, I'm going to sleep. Good night.
You're hurting me. Stop using your teeth.
Exactly.
Okay.
Those are the things. But
go ahead.
Now, when I say sex can be taught, there's a couple of things you got to take out. Because there's certain things you just can't work with.
Okay.
All right? If a man has a small dick, small penis, there's no helping that situation.
But that doesn't automatically mean that he delivers bad sex.
All right. If a man has a 3-inch penis, you're not going to feel it.
I think that most
women... You trying to be nice to the 3-inch penis men out there?
No, it's not that.
Okay.
I think that most women would probably disagree with me. And I didn't really want to get too graphic, but I don't know how to say it without being somewhat graphic.
Okay.
Yes, that's Madison coming in with London. He just got up to look out the window.
I heard the alarm go off. Yeah.
Yes. Okay, so you look at us when we have sex.
Right.
There are times, many times.
We got to hold that conversation because our baby girl's about to bop at the door in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
No, I think she went into Madison's room.
Open the door now.
First. She went to Maddie's room first.
All right, go ahead. I'm sorry.
There have been many times where we will have sex and then it'll be over.
Right.
You'll be satisfied. I'll be satisfied. But you would not have removed yourself from me as yet.
Right.
And I'll grip you and hold you in.
Right.
Because I still may be turned on and I may want a second go at it.
Correct.
Now, at this point, you have shrunk significantly.
Very rare, but go ahead.
Every time.
Very rare, but go ahead.
Every time you have shrunk significantly. And I'm still able to climax. And the reason is because I am so attracted to you. And I think that for women, and a lot of women probably don't know this. I do have friends that have never reached orgasms in their relationships. And we've talked and I've I may have reset their mind or their perspective when it comes to the female orgasm, and they've been able to achieve orgasm after our conversation. So that's why I'm saying many women may not know this, but as far as I'm concerned, and from what my experience has taught me, orgasms originate more so in the mind than physically.
Okay.
So the more turned on that I am, here we go.
I was a little late. I said,
"Hi, mommy, choo choo."
Come here, give me my hug first. Give me my hug first. Give me my hug and kiss first. Come here.
Hi, little girl. How are you?
Good.
You sweet baby?
Yes.
Okay, give mommy a kiss. Say hello, beautiful people.
Hello, beautiful people.
We are taping a podcast, so I can't give you 1,000 hugs and kisses. 2 or 3 we'll have to do. Go give daddy a hug and kiss, and you got to beat it. Sorry.
Hold on. Let me ask you a question. Why you give mommy a hug and kiss before me?
She was closer to me.
Yeah, right.
Give my kiss.
Now, just tell daddy you love me more. It's okay.
She was closer to me.
See? My baby girl loves me.
All right, choo choo.
Adios, amigos.
Go. You must.
You got to get out of here. And close the door on the way out.
Close the door really tight, okay?
All right.
Hey, Maddie, we're taping a podcast. All right, babe.
Okay.
So,
all right.
Like I was saying, for me, what happens mentally is far more important than what happens physically. So the more into you that I am, the more attractive I find you, the more sexy that I find you, the greater the chemistry, the less important what's going on physical is.
Okay.
So I don't necessarily believe that a man has to be packing or of a large size in order to deliver a proper orgasm.
Okay. I mean, I get what you're saying.
You've experienced what I'm saying.
Right. I mean, yes. Yeah, absolutely. But the thing is, if your penis is too small, right? Very, very small. Or if you're a woman and you don't get wet and you're super duper dry. I don't care if you eat it, you lick it, you spit on it, it's dry.
You're starting off at a disadvantage.
You're starting off at a disadvantage. So,
I agree.
So I'm not talking about those individuals.
So if you have a 3-inch penis and you're not sexy,
you're in
and
trouble.
You're not, there's no chemistry between, or little chemistry between you and your woman, then you're going to have a lot more of a difficult time because, I mean, truth be told, a larger penis is more pleasurable, as long as it's not like a monster penis where it's just like causing pain. But if you have a good,
what?
You're so silly. As long as it's not that, as long as you have a good, nice, strong size, then you're off to a good start.
But what I was saying is like with sex can be taught, right? So we're in a relationship. Let's say this is my first sexual experience, right? And you've had sex before, not even if you had sex before. We're dating. You can teach me how to have sex the way you like it, whether it's eating. Like you can show me, not necessarily show me with a map, but you could be like a little to the, like you can like guide my head like you do with me. Like sometimes you guide my head this way, you guide my head this way. Sometimes you say more lips. Sometimes you say suck it more.
Okay.
I mean, it's the truth. But when that happens, I know what you like. Same thing with me. When you go down on me or when we have sex, you can tell from the moans of my feeling or what makes me orgasm, what makes me get bigger or not. You can teach somebody to have sex. So sex doesn't have to be necessarily the end all be all in a relationship. Because you can always teach somebody as long as they're willing to learn and willing to have sex. So when a lot of people be like, oh, I need to make sure this guy can fuck me or I need to make sure I can smash or that she just, no, it's not necessarily, because if you find that right person that treats you well, that has a great credit score, has a good job, that holds you down, that is a genuinely good person, and let's say the only thing that's fucked up is the sex, is the bed game, that could be taught. And people have to start thinking that, like, I can teach you how to give me head. You can teach me how to give you head. Like, we can teach each other so that we're both satisfied. Now, there's a couple of other things like stamina. Like, I don't have as much stamina as I did when I was 18, but I'm working on that. I get tired. The other time we had sex, my leg cramped up, and
Right.
But you can teach somebody how to have sex.
I think that First of all, sex is very important to me in a relationship, as you know, and as our listeners know.
Mm-hmm.
I think that sex can be taught to a certain extent.
What do you mean?
Listen, there are people that have it, and then there are people that don't have it.
Mm-hmm.
A person that has it, and I'm talking from a female point of view, so obviously I'm talking about a man. Well, I could be talking about a woman, but I just happen to be talking about a man. When a man has it, there is something special there.
Mm-hmm.
The way you're describing it implies that sex is completely of a mechanical nature.
Okay.
I'm sure that both men and women alike have had sex with someone of the opposite sex, or maybe even someone of the same sex.
Mm-hmm.
And they might have been mechanically doing things the right way,
Mm-hmm.
but the person receiving the pleasure just couldn't feel it.
Mm-hmm.
And it could be because, like I said before, there's no chemistry, or the person that they're with, they just may not find them that sexy.
Mm-hmm.
You know, you can have a beautiful woman all day long. You can have a handsome man all day long and them not be sexy at all.
Mm-hmm.
And you can have someone that maybe at first glance you might not have found them to be the most attractive person in the world, but you get them in the bed and they might be every damn thing, sexy wise. So to me, you know, you can't just bend me over and go to town and have stamina and have a large penis and me think that you're the world.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I have a girlfriend, right? Very, very sexual girlfriend. And she's a very free woman.
Right.
She's had a whole lot of sex with a whole lot of men.
Goodness gracious. Well, you had to put it like that, but go ahead.
Yeah, and you know what? And she's an empowered female that practices safe sex. She's someone that simply enjoys sex. So she likes to have a lot of it. She likes to experience it with different people. So that is her situation. Anyway, she found herself in a situation with this guy, and they're not exclusive, but they enjoy each other.
Mm-hmm.
And she said that the first time that she had sex with him, and she's had sex with him multiple times thereafter, but she said that it was utterly mind-blowing.
Really? What made it so mind-blowing?
Something that she's never experienced before. And when I asked her, she said that he in and of himself is a sexy person, sexy man.
Mm-hmm.
But his way, the way that he kissed her, the way that he touched her, his rhythm, the way that he made love to her when he made love to her, the way that he bleeped her when he bleeped her.
Right. Oh, I know what you're talking about now, but go ahead.
Yeah. There was just something to the entire situation that was on a completely other level. Like when she was telling me, I was like, tell me more.
Right.
Tell me more.
Right.
Like it seemed from her description that it was like of another world.
Right.
And like I said, she's experienced. And I asked her, I said, well, you know, was he packing? And she said he was a little larger than average, but nothing that she hasn't seen before.
Damn.
I came to find out who she was
Imagine
talking.
coming at behind that, but go ahead.
Yeah, I came to find out who she was talking about, and he's a nice looking guy.
Okay.
You know, but it was all about something that he possessed. It wasn't about his looks necessarily. It wasn't about his equipment necessarily. It was about what he possessed. It was about a special thing that he had. He was of a certain sexual nature, and he was able to communicate that to her and literally blow her mind.
Right.
So you can have mind-blowing sex without swinging from the ceilings and, you know, doing 18 different positions and, you know, being choked and being, you know, having all these other things going on. It can be just a thing. It could just be a person's way. And if you ask me, and I'm not saying that it can't happen, you know, I don't like to speak absolutely, but I'll say it's hard to teach that. And a person would be hard pressed.
Well, that's connection, though.
to learn that.
You can't teach connection.
It's not just connection.
But you,
because that guy, I'm sure he probably puts it on every female that he's with. And it doesn't mean that he has a special, unique connection
it can
with
be.
that female. But it can be. Or if they have a connection, then it can enhance the situation. Do you
Right.
understand what I'm saying?
But if he knows what he's doing and he knows what she likes, like that, if that person likes to be spanked and whipped, right? Or if that person likes head upside down, or if that person likes their toes to be sucked on, whatever it may be that person likes, like for instance, right? The bottom of your foot. You like the bottom of your foot licked, right?
Me?
I'm just saying if you did.
Oh, I'm like, I don't like that.
I know, but I'm just saying
Oh,
if you
okay.
did,
Hypothetically.
right? I know that when I go to that spot, I know it's going to make you feel away. So
Not if you're whack. And not if I view you as whack. And
well,
not
if you
if
view somebody as whack, you shouldn't be fucking them anyway.
we're talking about people that you're perceiving as bad in bed.
Right, but
And if you're bad in bed, like, listen, like you said earlier, if you have parts that work,
Mhm.
if you're bad in bed, it can mean that you have no rhythm.
right.
It can mean that if you're a girl, you moan too damn much. And the guy might just be like, yo, shut up with all this porno
But that
stuff.
could be taught,
Like,
though.
stop. You are so annoying.
That could be taught.
You know, you might make stupid faces.
Right.
Do you know what I mean?
But that could be
you
taught,
might
though.
do certain things too long. You might do things too short. You know, you might hurt him while you're doing what you're doing. I had a friend a long time ago that would always tell me she didn't know how to ride her partner.
Right.
She's like, I just don't know how to move when it's inside of me. It feels awkward. I don't know what to do. Some people just, it doesn't come to them second nature. You have a lot of women, and I'm sure men, I just don't know any men that I can speak of. So I know a lot of women that over the years have told me that they're insecure about their physical appearance, whether they feel that they're beautiful or not, or whether they're insecure about their bodies. And that is restrictive. That can be restrictive to a woman when she's having sex, because when you feel sexy and when you feel beautiful, when you feel good about yourself, it comes across in the bedroom.
Right, but
you present yourself in a more sexy manner. You're willing to do more sexy things. You are riding him with confidence. You are bent over with confidence.
Correct.
You don't care if the lights are on. It becomes more adventurous, and you're more face to face. You know, you're not hiding, like you're more open in that situation. So you can have someone that's insecure, and that can make the sex less than good or bad. There are a lot of things that can weigh on a sexual experience. So you saying, all right, well, if I teach you, you know, if I like my balls licked and, you know, for you to rub my perineum, and then I like head really fast or head really slow, and just make sure you make that ring around the head. And, you know, you can't just give somebody a map and expect them to know what they're doing. And you as the man can't expect to be pleased just because you gave them a bullet point list.
No, yes, you can. Yes, you
Okay,
can.
you're just not hearing me.
For instance, right? When I go down on you, right?
Okay.
Now, you used to hate when you're about to come, I slow down.
Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh.
But I slow down because I'm dying.
Thank God there's no blunt objects like on our night table.
Right.
Because I can't tell you how many times I've wanted to go upside your head.
Right.
And why would you do that?
Because I'm dying. Because I can't breathe. And because when you start to come, you grab.
Oh wait, and you have to sneeze, right?
I do a lot of stuff.
I.e.
not too
three
much-
podcasts ago.
Well, that was that one, but not too much TMI. But right when you're about to come, you grab my head and you shove it in your pussy. Or your,
What?
Your vagina.
Stop. What's
what do
wrong
they call
with
it?
you?
You shove. I want to so they know. If I say shove it, they ain't gonna know
It's
what I'm
not
talking about.
shove you.
Yes, you do.
It's not shoving. I'm making sure that there's a firm hold so you don't deviate from what you're doing.
Right. So when you shove my face in your pussy, right?
Come on, Rashawn.
Right, so now
Hold on, stop. Don't use that word.
What would you like me to use?
Just choose another. There's plenty.
Give me a word.
I don't know, but just
Show
don't
me a
you.
word.
Come on. Sometimes people will listen to. Well, they shouldn't be listening to this one with their kids, but come on.
All right. When you shove my face in your puss, it's
All right, whatever.
it's you shove me so hard in your face, right?
In your face.
In my face, that now my nose and my it sounds a little foggy because I'm acting like I'm doing it. My nose and my mouth is in your shit like this. And when it's in your shit like this, I can't do what I was doing, right? So then you be like, keep going, the same tempo. No, motherfucker, I could barely breathe.
No, actually, I'll be
You
like,
won't-
don't stop.
Don't stop. But you're not going to be happy until I die. Like, until I pass out eating your pussy, and then you can have a story. Yo, you know what this nigga did? He ate my pussy so long, he passed the fuck out. But that's how it is. Because my shit is, think
Kind of
about like this.
uncomfortable.
Look. I want you to look. Like, if I'm like
I
here,
know what you look like.
and then
I
you
don't
go,
need you to
look,
demonstrate
no,
for
I
me.
want
No,
you to
I'm
look.
looking the other way.
Look,
I
and
know
then-
what you look like.
And then you go like this, look. Ooh.
Okay.
And I'm trying to, now I gotta breathe.
All right.
So I'm breathing like this.
All right.
I gotta suck it air like this. so I'm about to die. They'd be like, keep going, motherfucker. I'm trying to live.
But no. Your timing was always so awful. It would be literally 2 seconds before the big O. And then you would just slow down and drop the ball.
Because you got the
And
back
it
of
would
my fucking
tank
head.
My entire orgasm. It would just be like,
No, because
and I'm like, wow, all of that time spent, and this is where he got me. I would be literally livid.
well, that's the
Like if
reason
I could
why.
just turn over and pull the covers up and leave you on your own, I would. But thank God for you, I'm a nice person.
Wait. On another note,
What?
I'm about to fuck you up.
What is wrong with you? What are you looking? What? Come on. What?
Where is my phone charger?
You're stopping our conversation because
looked
your
right
phone
there.
charger is
I
missing?
just looked right there. Did you take
Okay,
my
it's on my side of the bed.
Why
Relax.
did you take my phone
Because
charger?
somebody else stole mine.
No, don't take my phone charger.
It's right here.
That's
Relax.
my only charger, and I look for it.
And I like it because it's the new iPhone charger, so it charges super fast.
Exactly. Don't take. I'm looking
Relax.
at things.
It's right. It's
I'm about
a
to
foot.
plug.
It's a foot behind me.
But it's
Relax.
not on my side. I don't know if you guys have that same
I'm-
problem in your relationship where she takes my fucking phone charger, then I'm looking for a
The
phone charger,
profanity.
and then I can't find one, and then the
Rashawn.
kid comes in here, and then the kids take your phone
Relax.
charger, and then for hours my phone is dead.
It is right here. So anyway, getting back.
I don't know where I was. Oh, I was saying. So when it comes to sex with us, I really, really have to follow your lead. So like I really watch you. So when you moan, I know that you like that. Whether it's me sucking or me doing
So when
something.
I'm dead silent, why don't you stop doing what I'm not responding to?
I do.
No, sometimes you don't.
Well, sometimes you're not giving
I'm
me
like,
clues.
hello, context cue.
You're not giving me that. When you're not moving, what? I don't know if it goes sideways, go up and down. Like I don't know
Rashawn.
which way. Or, I don't know. So I like to follow you. So it's like you're teaching me how to have sex. And the same thing with me and you. Like,
And 25 years later,
Mhm.
there are still things to be taught. So,
and I'm a good listener.
so,
Let me rephrase. I'm a good learner.
So basically, what I'm saying is that even if you use us as an example, right? There is still things like I'm always seeking to improve,
Mhm.
you know? And I know that you're always seeking to improve. We always want to heighten each other's sexual experience. And we try a lot of new things, and we're both inquisitive and, daring when it comes to certain things. We'll pretty much try just about everything. But we've been doing this for such a long time. So now if you're talking about a new couple,
Mm-hmm.
look how far gone they would be if one regards the other as bad.
Right.
Think about the idea of teaching. Like you're literally starting from negative numbers.
Correct.
Almost. Do you know what I mean? So I don't think that it's that easy. Do I think it could be done? Of course. Yes, I think it could be done. But my problem with your perspective is that I feel as though you're kind of simplifying it and you're overlooking the magic of sex.
Yeah, magic has to be there, but you can also teach somebody.
overlooking the chemistry. You're
That's all
overlooking
great.
those unspoken things that make it mind-blowing between two people that want to be with someone that they yearn for the next time and the time after that.
I think a lot of that is bullshit and could be taught. I really
So
feel-
you think sexiness can be taught?
No, not sexiness can be taught, but I think a lot of people look for this fairy tale sex life. And a lot of times they, I would say, give up what they have because they're looking for this fairy tale sex life. Like, you meet a guy, he's the nicest guy ever. He's handsome. He treats you well. He has a great credit score. He has a great job. But let's say he might not be as
Sexy?
No, I'm not gonna say it's sexy. He might not know what he's doing necessarily in the bedroom. Maybe he doesn't have the experience. Maybe he really necessarily just doesn't know. There's
And
a lot of men
it can be a matter of experience.
Right. So if he doesn't have the experience, a lot of times women or men will be like, "No, I'm not fucking with her because she don't know what she's doing," or women will be like, "I'm not fucking with her because he doesn't please me." But I'm saying if the guy has everything, the credit score, the good job, handsome, treats you well, he checks off all the box, but the last box of maybe not please you sexually, he could be taught, or she could be taught.
Okay, let me be very clear. While sex is extremely important to me,
Mm-hmm.
I would not write someone off or be less interested in them because they didn't deliver mind-blowing sex or because the chemistry was slightly off.
Uh-huh.
You're using the word teach. I believe that people can grow together. I don't think that it's just like, okay, well, you teach them what to do and what not to do.
Right.
And you expect a great result.
Mhm.
I think that if I love everything else about someone, I would be willing to forego mind-blowing sex. I would settle for sex that was satisfactory if I had to. And I would hope that I could teach him. And I would hope that we would grow. And if that's, the height that it reached and that's all that I could get out of that sexual experience, I would be okay with it because while sex is extremely important to me, there are things that are more important. And connection and chemistry outside of the bedroom is also very, very important to me. I want someone that's smart. I want someone that's charming. I want someone that's funny and can make me laugh. I want someone that I can have a conversation with. I want someone that I can watch my favorite TV shows with. I want someone that I can go out and have the same kind of fun with, when we're at a club or when we're out to dinner or when we're out with friends. I want someone that's ambitious and that is in the pursuit of success, at the very least, whether they're successful or not. I want to know that is their end game.
Right.
There are so many things. And credit score. Absolutely. Yeah, that's a good thing. I would love that too. And if sex is lacking, I would just hope and pray that we could grow together. Okay. But I just don't think it's as simple as giving them a list, showing them a video, having a conversation, moaning, groaning, and adjusting their head. And boom, I expect that, I'm going to be looking forward to it every night.
Okay. I just wanted to start off with having that conversation. I thought it was very interesting.
Yes, I think it's very interesting as well. We'd like to know what you guys think too.
Yeah, you can DM us or you can hit us out. You know what? With that, just when we post the flyer for the podcast, just DM us or just leave a comment under and let us know what you think.
Absolutely.
Now, I want to get to the email of the week. It's not really an email. This guy just sent us an email. It was just a picture and a statement. And I was like, oh, this is good. The guy's name is...
I haven't seen it. I don't know what you're talking about.
His name is...
You're going to say his name?
It's a girl.
Maybe you shouldn't say
It's a girl.
Name.
She left her name.
Well, maybe you shouldn't say it.
I'll just say her first name, Tasha. What up, Tasha?
Okay.
Now, this is the email. It's a picture of a dude. I'll show you the picture. You can see it from far away.
I can't see.
You can see the guy in the statement, right?
No, hold on.
Don't read what it says.
I'm not going to read it. I just need to read it to myself.
No, don't read it to yourself. But
okay, let me just see the guy. Okay, hold on. Let me just see. It's a guy in a suit.
All right. And there's a statement next to it.
Right.
Now, the lady Tasha said, now this is the statement, and I wanted to talk about this today.
Mm-hmm.
This could be the email, I guess. A real man will never bust a nut in his woman's mouth or face.
What? And what did Tasha follow that picture up with?
Nah, all Tasha said was something to discuss if you wish. And I was like, this is good because a lot of people feel that way.
A lot of people feel that way?
I think so.
A real man would never ejaculate in his woman's mouth or on her face?
Take the real man out of the shit. But a lot of men feel like...
No, well, that's what that's about. That's a real man.
Well, a lot of men don't want to bust in their woman's face or their wife's face or their main's face or
main
mouth.
Chick, main girl.
Chicks. Yep, main
right?
chick,
okay.
main girl. They don't want to bust in their woman's face because they feel like it's a sign of disrespect and they hold their queen or their woman on a high platform and they don't want to do that with their woman. What do you think?
I think you should speak on this because I know that you went through that earlier on in our relationship.
Yes, I did. You want me to speak about it? I thought you
No,
were going
I'll
to go first.
speak about it. Of course, I want you to speak about it.
All right. So when I've seen that.
So is that why you found that interesting? Because
Yes.
it kind of rang a little bell
Yes.
from our past?
Yes. So when I seen that, it made me think about sex early on in our life, right?
Mm-hmm.
And I was like, I was thinking like that. I never wanted to do anything freaky or anything considered nasty with you because I was like, you're my baby, you're my girl. And I did not want to do that to you. I felt like, that's disrespectful, you know?
Mm-hmm.
Like
Meanwhile, I was like, disrespect me.
I know you're like, disrespect me, disrespect all over me.
Wait, what?
That's a disrespect all over me.
Oh.
What's wrong with you? What did you do? I said,
I didn't hear what you said. Go ahead. I was too busy laughing.
but I just didn't want to. I was like, I don't want to bust in her face. I don't want to get nothing in her hair. I don't want to fuck her makeup up. You know what I mean? What's so funny?
I don't want to mess her makeup up.
I wouldn't even think about, fucking in the weird.
Wait, what?
I said I wouldn't even think about fucking in the weird.
What?
The weird.
I have no idea.
The ass, okay? The ass. I wouldn't even think about fucking you in the ass.
Okay.
I tried to say it the nice way.
I don't think anybody knew what you were talking about.
They knew I was outside. I want to fuck you in the weird.
What's the weird?
That's like I can't do whistle or sound effects. So, like,
then that wouldn't be.
they knew what I meant. Damn
Nobody
it.
knew what you meant. Continue.
All right, but anyway, I just never wanted to be disrespectful. I felt like it was disrespectful. Not my baby, not the person I cuddle with. Like I just didn't want to do it. I was like, I'm not. Not to say I didn't want to.
That was going to be my next question. Did you want to do all of those things?
Yes, bust in your mouth, your face, your hair, your arm, your armpits, your titties, all that, your ass, your back, your feet, your toes, your ankles, your calves. Yes,
got it.
You got
Okay,
your ears, all
right.
that.
I understand.
Nose.
Nose.
I don't know. I just wanted to throw that in there.
Go ahead.
But yes, yeah. Why not?
So at the time you wanted to, but you refrained from doing it.
Yes, I refrained to even talking about it.
Yeah, you used. Yes, people. He used to be such a prude.
I was.
You were such a prude. You never wanted to. And then if I mentioned it, you would get all squeamish and weird.
Mm-hmm.
Like you didn't want to talk about it. You definitely didn't feel comfortable talking about it.
Right.
And I thought it was a little cute and endearing that you were that way.
Mm-hmm.
But it just got to a point where I'm like, okay, we got to step this whole experience up a little bit. So what changed it for you? Did you start devaluing me and was I less respectable and did you love me a little bit less? Like what happened?
Yes, all of those. No. No, really, you actually said something. I don't remember what it was, but we had a conversation about it. I think it was not too much
had
TMI.
several conversations.
But I think it was something about, when you were going down on me and you were like, do you want to? And I was like, and you was like, what does that mean?
No.
It was a conversation
hold
that we
on,
had.
No. You all, this is way too much. But you.
I always, we've been married a long time.
I know, it's just
18
this
years.
is weird to say. But you've always
In your mouth.
okay.
Right. But
It was the on the face
right.
thing that you were very
Right. And,
squeamish about.
I was scared because you're my wife and I didn't want that on your face dripping off your chin and that. But I was like, and then what's so fucking funny? But I was like, after a while, I was like, you know what? You're my hoe. What? Like, no, like you're my everything. You're my woman. You're my wife. You're my queen. You're my slut. You're
I'm your
my
hoe. Okay.
Right? You see what I'm saying? So that's the relationship. And I'm everything to you. I'm your stripper.
You're my hoe.
I'm your hoe.
Now can I refer to you as my hoe from now on?
Yes, I'm your
like,
gigolo.
What up, hoe?
What up, hoe?
What up, hoe?
What up, my hoe? But you're my everything. And if I can't experience everything with my everything, what sense does it make? And I'm like,
you're limiting life.
Right. So it's like
unless it's something someone doesn't feel comfortable with.
Correct.
There are many females that probably don't feel comfortable with that.
Right. And they need to man up and just do it for their spouse. And same thing for their husband. Like, I hate to see men and be like, I don't eat the box. You're a pussy. Eat the box. If your woman likes it, eat that shit. Eat the shit till you pass
But you
out.
know something?
Eat the shit till your tongue hurt. Eat the shit till you faint.
Until
Eat the
you
shit
sneeze?
Until you sneeze. You got all that shit. You can barely breathe. Eat that shit.
Until she's breaking your neck because she's holding your head so tight?
Word.
Okay.
Eat that shit.
Well, listen, but that's also kind of being judgmental.
What do you mean?
You have to respect people's boundaries. People might have their boundaries for whatever reasons, and you can't judge them. I mean, would I be with you? No.
But respect their boundaries.
You got to also respect my reaction to your boundaries. But
this is my whole thing.
That's not going to be my speed.
I'm like, but see, this is the thing. You got to say, fuck the boundaries. Like, if you really love somebody, right, you want to please them.
Hold on a minute.
As long as it's not some shit that's gonna just fucking break your asshole or something. Like, you're not gonna say stick a penis in my nose. But if it's something like busting your face or busting on your nose or your what are you thinking about?
I saw something the other day. I don't know if it was on TV or if it was on Instagram, but it was a relationship, a man and a woman.
Mm-hmm.
I want to say they were in the public eye, and I could be wrong. Maybe they aren't in the public eye, but I found it to be interesting. The guy had never. Oh, I know what it was.
Mm-hmm.
It was Real Housewives of New Jersey.
Okay.
There is a cast member. I don't remember her name. She is the blonde girl. She's a newer housewife. I think she's only been on the show for 2 seasons. But she said that her husband has never, ever gone down on her. And I'm not really sure if it was a him thing or a her thing. I'm losing my voice. Hold on.
I did see that with you. I think I seen that with you.
You might have just been in the room when it came on or whatever.
Yeah.
But I don't know if it was a him thing or a her thing. But she said that it's never happened. And they were in the presence of some other housewives. And the other housewives were like, you've got to be kidding me.
Right,
you
I
have
remember,
to try that. Like, what is wrong with you? What is wrong with him? So, yeah, I mean, that wouldn't be my thing. But you have to respect if someone doesn't want to do that. They might find it gross. A girl, receiving a nut in her face might find it to be gross. Other girls, it might turn them on, and it might just turn them on to please their partner. So if someone's not into something, you can't judge them. You just have the right to make the decision whether you want to continue a sexual relationship with them,
right,
or not. That's all.
Right, but like you said, it's...
But that might be a reason why a guy might consider a girl whack.
Right.
Because she might not be willing to do certain things, or she may have boundaries.
But all that shit is out the door. Like, I mean, unless you got a gag reflex and you can't take it or something like that, it's... Like I said, when I hear men say, I don't eat it, I don't eat the box. You better eat the box. If you don't, somebody else will. And same thing for women. Oh, I ain't gonna do that. I ain't doing that. If you don't do it, somebody else will. And what's the problem with pleasing your spouse? Your boyfriend, your girl. Like, there is no problem.
You hear a lot of guys that say that they don't do that, but you don't really hear too many girls that say that they don't go down on their man. But I was at a dinner with a bunch of females not too long ago, and one of the girls who I would have thought, if you asked me, that, she got it popping, I would have thought. But she was just like, oh my gosh, Gia, I hate doing it.
Right.
Like, I hate it. I gag. It's too big. I feel like my mouth is too small. So it's just like my mouth is just stretched. I don't enjoy it. I don't find it to be sexy. Oh, I don't. And she does not let him ejaculate in her mouth. That's where she draws the line. So you can absolutely
no boundaries there.
You could just throw out the whole idea of swallowing or any of the things that,
She needs to grow up.
A lot of men enjoy.
Next time you speak to her, tell her your husband says she needs to grow up.
So I'm not going to tell her that, and I'm definitely and when this is over, don't even ask me who it was, 'cause I'm not going to tell you.
Okay.
But yeah, she's just like, no, I don't enjoy it. I don't enjoy, doing anything with his 2 little friends underneath. Like, it's not really
not
for
even
me.
lick the balls.
No, she's not about that life. Like, she doesn't really like it. She doesn't like it.
Let me tell you.
And she said, she's like, I think there's something wrong with my anatomy. Like, as soon as it gets past like the back of my tongue, it doesn't even have to be in my throat. Like, I'm ready to throw up. I have a girlfriend, and she's probably listening. Hey, boo.
I just want to tell you one thing before you go on.
She threw up
That's disgusting.
on her man.
That's nasty.
Like she gagged and she let it all go on his stomach.
That's not funny. That's where I draw the line.
Oh, that's where you.
That's where I draw the line. Let me tell you,
But he was understanding.
he's better than me, because I'll be like, babe, for real, like the other day, right?
Mm-hmm.
Me and you, we argue, we don't argue, we good, we make love, we bicker, we beef with a regular relationship, right?
Mm-hmm.
New Year's Eve,
Why were you talking about
because
that?
you're talking about throwing up.
Why were you talking about New Year's Eve?
You threw up on the outside of my car crazy. To the point where the dealership came and took the car, and I haven't seen it since.
No,
Like,
that's not true. Stop making things up. You took it to the car wash.
I did take it to the car wash, but it still had stuff all over it. Like, your throw up was strong.
Can you stop that?
Where's the car?
Why is it not here?
The dealership has the car.
The wheels had to be aligned.
No, the wheels didn't have to be aligned. The car only had
Stop
2,000 miles on it.
Stop it.
They had to come detail the car.
So,
but let me tell the story.
We went out on New Year's Eve.
Right?
And your boy didn't feed me. So I was operating
That was my fault.
I was operating off of an empty stomach.
Okay.
And I might have put down a whole bottle of rosé.
Yes.
Quite possibly.
You sure did.
It was all good while it was happening. And then it just got to a point where I wasn't able to observe what was going on around me.
You know, it's funny that the people we were with, shout out to Caesar and Jen, his wife. Jen showed me some of the pictures today.
Mm-hmm.
And it was funny. I was like, Gia was like, yo, Gia was like, you know what? We didn't even take no pictures that night. I said, yes, we did. He was like, no, we didn't. We didn't take no pictures. I said, Gia, we took about 40 pictures. He was like, really? I was like, yeah. Every picture, you was like, take another one. Take another one. Take another one. And I seen those pictures. I was like, oh my God.
Were they horrible?
Hilarious. That's what they were.
What was so funny about them?
You was drunk and pictures pumping. One picture you looking at the ceiling. One picture you looking at the floor. One picture is all over the place.
Okay.
But you threw up on the outside of my car. But if you'd have threw up on the inside of the car, oh, we would have been beefing.
Listen, I don't.
You know you're gonna throw up. Roll the window out and stick your head out the window.
Exactly. I don't think I could have been in any state of delirium where I would have thrown up.
That's why
inside
your
the
friend
car.
is foul, because she knew she was gonna throw up. She could have went to the right like this.
I knew I was feeling something. I rolled down that window while you were going probably 75 miles per hour.
Sorry for the people behind us. You got to throw up all on your
I
car.
just let it go. The poor side of your car.
But look at this. I'm about to throw up. Right to the left. I'm about to throw up. Right to the right. You don't have to throw up on that man's
You know that
stomach.
moment of confusion when you know that you're about to throw up, where you get that feeling and it's like, "Rrr?"
Yes.
She probably had that moment.
But it has
and
to come
then-
up. You got to feel it coming up.
No, sometimes it comes up quickly. Believe me. Listen, I know she didn't intend to let it go on his stomach.
If you threw up on my stomach, I'd have PTSD. Every time.
You'd never be able to come
Nah,
again.
because I'm looking at you and I would be like waiting for the throw up every single time. Like there'd be no way in hell I would be.
Especially if it was a result of a gag
Yes.
reaction and not an illness.
I would be like, just suck on the tip, just the tip.
just lick the tip.
Just lick the tip. Because every single time, could you imagine that throw up in the pink and imagine
Stop
what you ate
it.
all on my
Ew.
stomach? I gotta get up and sexy now, and I still ain't nut. I gotta go take a shower, wash that shit off good, and then I gotta go get some shampoo and jerk
You'd
off.
probably inadvertently be mean to me for a week without even meaning it.
I wouldn't do that, but I would definitely have PTSD. You'd be like, baby, I want to go down, and be like, no, just no, I'll go down on you.
So let me tell you. So my girlfriend who doesn't like to do it. So this is what I said to her at the dinner. So it's like a big girl chat, you know? She told me, she was like, you should talk about it on the podcast. And I never did. So this is a perfect opportunity.
Okay.
I said to her, so-and-so, don't you think that your adversity to giving head is off-putting to your man?
Mm-hmm.
Don't you think that he can kind of sense that you don't love doing it?
Mm-hmm.
Because the difference between good head and bad head is a girl that doesn't want to do it versus a girl that loves to do it.
Mm-hmm.
There's an energy there. There's an enthusiasm there. There are actions that are taking place because she loves to do it.
Right.
And your man is sensing this vibe that you're like, ew, or the lack of enthusiasm. And that has to make it less than, thoroughly enjoyable for him. And she's like, yeah, sometimes he'll tell me that he needs me to get more into it. And sometimes he tells me that he wants me to go deeper or have fun with it. Sometimes he'll tell me have fun with it.
Uh-huh.
And I'm like, yeah, you should, because you don't want him to finish and, turn over with the feeling that something was lacking.
Right.
So if you're going to do it, like reach for the stars,
Right.
And she told me that the next time that she did it, she actually texted me.
Okay.
She was like, I took your advice and it was amazing.
Good.
She's like, so I'm going to keep
Shout to
implementing
him.
that. And,
He's been missing that all his life.
not all his life, just
Well,
since he's been with her.
Yeah.
But they've been together for a long time. But she's like, and I'm going to keep implementing it. And, hopefully it just keeps getting better and better. And I told him, like, you really just have to train yourself.
Right.
You have to train yourself. You have to switch your mindset, because she's all about pleasing her man. She adores her man. I'm like, you have to switch your mindset. You have to be mentally prepared for what it is. And you should start telling yourself that you really like it,
Right.
that you really enjoy it.
Mm-hmm.
You can trick yourself, train yourself, like get on the same page with yourself, and you'll start acting it out.
Right.
Like sometimes when we're having sex,
Mm-hmm.
mentally, I don't tell you, but I like go into camera. I go into, wow.
The porn mode.
That's so funny how that mind fart just came out. But I go into character.
Right.
So sometimes I'll imagine, even if you're not recording me, I'll imagine that we're being recorded.
Mm-hmm.
So when you're being recorded, you're like on 10, right?
Right.
So me imagining that, it just automatically puts me on 10. I'll kind of like, psych myself out, or in this case, psych myself in,
Uh-huh.
in certain situations. And even within my own self, I see changes. So, you kind of have to get on the same page with yourself and, don't go into it with such a negative attitude. Go into it with a positive attitude. Tell yourself that you love it.
Right.
And you'll start to see your behavior change,
Absolutely. And I would just say this, I think the name of this podcast is I have a wife, a bitch, a hoe, a slut, and a baby. They're all the same person.
Okay, so that's way too long.
Oh,
So it's not going to be that.
oh, damn.
But I see where you're going with it.
But that's how it be. To close out on
wait,
my
what's the I want a lady in the street, but a freak in the bed.
Right.
Right?
But that's what it should be. So a real man should not care about it. Should just love your wife and love the relationship. Like, it's not like you should be able to do with your partner what makes you happy and what your partner allows you to do, and that's vice versa. That, like with you, if you like a certain thing, do it. Make your partner happy, as long as it's not that hurt. Like, if you don't want a penis in your butt because it hurts, I understand. If you don't want
Was that for me? Move along.
oh, because you better move along.
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 You better move
Don't point at me.
along.
You better move along. Want to go in that bag over there?
Move along.
But that's how it should be. And so when I seen that little caption, I was like, that's lame. That's whack. Like, you should be able to have all that in your girl,
I think
all
it's
that
just
in
about
your
having
wife,
fun.
all that in your husband, and
I think
have
it's
fun.
about having fun. I have a friend also that told me that I don't want to give too much information. I have a friend recently that told me that he had sex with a new person
Uh-huh.
and it wasn't good. And I asked why. He was like, because we were just bumping around each other.
Mhm.
Like, our rhythm was completely off. Like, we just were not thinking the same thing at the same time. And it was so evident.
Mhm.
And there was no flow. There was no movement. There was no togetherness. It was just like bump, bump, bump. Like, ooh, my bad. Oh, 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 oh. And I'm like, well, that's not really a great thing. I'm like, but you can establish a rhythm if that's the only other problem.
Right.
So
Yeah, so get back to it. We would say Gia and I just like to have fun. We like to please each other however we can. Sometimes it's Gia's head out the window. Sometimes it's Gia stuffing my face in her vagina till I can't breathe.
Awesome.
But whatever
Really?
it is,
Because we didn't say enough already, right?
whatever it is, enjoy your partner.
Yes.
All right. Well, it's time to get up out of here. I do want to say again, don't forget the KCCrewRetreat.com. I want to see you guys there. And also West Coast, for our listeners on the West Coast, I'm going to be in Vegas on February 23rd doing a real estate seminar. So I would love to see you guys there. If you want to learn about real estate, learn how to get into the real estate game, Caesar and I will be there, and we'll be trying to show you guys how we did it, how we got into the game, and how to make money from it. We're bringing people with us that can guide you, lenders, attorneys, agents, credit repair, and more. And I believe this year we're going to hit, because a lot of people have been hitting us, and we've been trying, but I got kids, guys. I can't do every week. But we're going to hit Vegas, Chicago, Detroit, Florida, Texas, Toronto, Brooklyn. I think there's one more we are doing. LA, I believe, and Atlanta. So hopefully we get to see you guys.
Yes. And again, follow our Instagram posts because one or both of us will be posting details about the free tickets for our flyaway retreat, the KC Crew Retreat Island Oasis at the Jewel Grand Montego Bay.
Right.
So follow directions and enter
That's
to
right.
win.
And also, lastly, I just want to say, I know we said starting the new year, we're going to try to be more consistent, and we
didn't
are.
say that. I made sure we didn't say that.
Oh, we didn't say that?
I don't set myself up to fail.
Well,
So now you're going to try to say that?
No, but I'm going to say,
Nope, don't say anything.
starting next week, we're going to try
Asterisk, try.
to start taping.
Why, you're too close to the mic. What are you doing?
You can hear me.
No, you sound muffled.
You ain't got no headphones on. How you doing?
I can hear you in real time,
Oh.
real ears. I hear you sounding muffled.
We're going to try to tape the podcast, videotape. So people will actually get to see us now. I know a lot of you guys ask for that.
Oh, yeah.
Maybe you're at work and you want to see on your YouTube, or you're at the crib and you just want to see what we're doing and facial expressions and all that other stuff. We're going to start trying to tape this week. So the next podcast we put out hopefully will be video and audio.
Okay, Rashawn.
Why you say it like that? Gia.
Yeah, you know what? You shouldn't say it. We should just do it and put it out because I hate to say that we're going to do something and not do it.
It's too late.
And
We
it's
can do
always because of you.
Well-
And you make me look bad.
Well-
so I'd rather if you just didn't say anything because when I say I'm going to do something, I follow through.
Well, I'm not concerned with you anymore. The reason why is I have an assistant now, and I just tell the assistant, yo, Gia has to be there at 12 o'clock, and she will call you every 10 minutes until you're there. So I'm not concerned with you anymore. I don't have to, like, even now, we had to do something the other day. I'm like, call Gia. And she called you 36,000 times until
she
you did
sure
that shit.
did. Benz.
All right. Well, it's time to get up out of here. We'll see you guys next week.
Yes.
I'm DJ Envy.
And I am Gia Casey.
And that was another edition of the KC Crew.
Toodles.